And we're back with some of the tower. We are back with some tower, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to film, and I was like, you know what? Why not watch? Why not play the tower? We just finished working out, so kind of tired, but hey, we're still hanging on. It's cold outside, so I'm gonna go in and wear something in the background. So I'll be right back. Super happy that we get to play this game because it's been a while, and we're definitely playing a bit more than usual, which is freaking phenomenal. I have to say, it's really nice to be back at playing into a normal pace. It's really nice. Not a lot going on. Question the tower. We're still upgrading slowly but surely our offense and our defense, right? Because that's kind of the goal. We have a almost perfect. My voice broke over here. 3 days. 3 days to do 15. That's amazing. That is amazing. So, Queen, of course. Spotlights. Nice. We're good. Perfect. Okay. That's good. Okay. So, it's really cold outside. I didn't even think about it. Okay, good. So the three playthrough are at 2,500, which is legit perfect. Legit perfect. Legit perfect. Okay, that's good. There you go. We're also watching Kitchen Nightmare. You can hear it in the background. So I'm gonna have to turn it off. Don't Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. You guys are doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 27 March 2025. We just took a shower. We had an amazing live TikTok live with the training. You guys were amazing. It was fun. We went for an hour and a half, which was really cool. As you can see, it's beautiful outside. So now I took a shower. I relaxed a little bit. We're about to be filming the rest of the videos, and that is pretty much our evening. Okay. No. Let's go. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Just doing well, so having a wonderful day. You can see my meal and two towers. I shouldn't say that, but I always do it. And we guys are doing well on this 27 March 2025. There's not really a sunset, but I still want to come in and show you guys what I'm seeing, what we are seeing. So I hope you really enjoy, and that is gonna be it for the day. Oh, we're a bit blurry, aren't we? There you go. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. So there you go. This is your sunset, or sort of sunset. Alright, off. There you go. Let's start this right away. Cause I don't have that much to do, but still. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Cut Show. Hopefully you're doing well, having a wonderful day on this 27th March 2025. This is our 4th day of weight loss, so the video that you're going to see is about that. Is a sort of like a recap. We've been doing those every single day. So today went really well. Calories speaking, we went really good. So we had 2 coffee because I didn't sleep well. So that was 90 calories. We had two sandwiches with cheese whiz, which was about 240 each, so that's 840. And we had two bread with mayonnaise. That's a bit more. So we're about the 700 and 800 calories today. More than that, 900. Yeah, 900. Today I have a meal, my one meal of the day. I don't know what it is because somebody gave it to me. My neighbor had a party. They cooked too much. They gave me some leftovers. Like what we're eating today. So that's actually pretty cool. The training went really well. I had a bad case of chub rub. But it was entertaining. I had people that were super kind. It's funny because I had a really good day before yesterday working out because of you guys, because of how much we were talking together. I forgot to wait. Shit. It was a bit harder because there was nobody. A bit more boring. Today was really nice. People came in. It was really fun. Just talking to people, just socializing. The workout started really badly because it was a really nice weather outside today, and I wanted to go out, and I kind of had to force myself to work out, not because I didn't want to work out. I wanted to go out, but I started talking to you guys. You guys reassured me. You guys showed me that this was a place I had to be right here, right now. That's always appreciated. Always. But I think even more than that, I think ultimately speaking, what's happening right now is that I was thinking about this when I was doing the video. I was thinking about we're starting a routine, and I'm not a guy that likes to do routine, so that's kind of odd for me. That's kind of new for me, right? But we're slowly getting in, and I'm gonna start working full-time 40 hours a week soon. So being put in a routine is actually pretty good. But also the fact that I'm actually surprised because it's super fun. It has been a blessing in my life because I feel more motivated. I have more ideas. I feel better. I sleep better also. But at the same time, it's just like today I had this fear and realization of the fact that we're going to be doing this for the next 4 or 5 months or 7-8 months. It'll be every single day. So today was kind of the realization that no matter how nice it was outside, I couldn't go out, right? Now, ultimately speaking, I'll be able to go out and to do the same thing, but still. Yeah, so today was a harder day mentally, but at the same time, you guys came up, you guys showed up, you guys were there, you guys were super supportive, and that really made me feel like, okay, well, this is what I'm doing is right. See, I was talking about this a bit yesterday. I was talking about, I'm grateful that people like me, but I would prefer that they like the content because I don't want them to like the content because I'm a good person, right? However, today is a completely different thing. Today is 100% different because I'm surrounded with people that are nice enough not to tell me you're fat as fuck, But when I'm doing the training, those same people that I talk to on a regular basis are super supportive, and it feels nice because it's their way, kind. It's their way. It's their kind way to say, well, we're supporting you losing weight, which meant that you need to lose weight. We're not telling me that, hey, you need to lose weight, because ultimately speaking, this is my life. But I do like the fact that we had that again. We had a lot of people today, but the MVP, there was of course Mike, Andrew, because they're like younger brother to me, right? So they're I feel I with those two, especially those two, because of how playful they are, because we're Canadian. I feel like a bigger brother to them. We had Liv, which was super sweet. Liv, once again, one of the people that I like talking to on this application. And I know it sounds fucking rude, but Liv is the fact that we don't know each other. Is the fact that we next to never talk, but when we do talk, it's kind of like a good time, you know. And it's always like, oh, this is so nice. We talking, right? And with Liv, the most beautiful thing is, it's one of the rare occasion with a person that I feel like talking to them, but it's not a need to talk to them. Versus, oh yeah, well, I didn't text this person in a while, right? And then we have DZ, and DZ, it's a blessing because DZ is always there to calm me down. But more so than that is DZ is. DZ is, and I said that multiple times, he's very analytic. So almost like a manager guy, where if he see that something's not going well, he's gonna be able to, what should I call it? He was gonna be able to not necessarily bring me back, but to kind of balance the stream, right? So, for example, he said that I was having pain, and he was like, "Okay, let's talk about Pokemon," because me and Dizzy, we talk often about Pokemon, and also the fact that when I had people in, most of the time, you guys know me. When I start talking, I don't stop. So it is nice to have somebody that I trust, a mod, but a good friend of mine, to say hi to people, because it's not necessarily that I don't say hi to people. It's just that I'm talking. When I'm talking, and then after that I'm gonna be reading the chat, and then, holy shit, this person said I. How long ago was it? You know. So yeah, but it's a super good thing. It was more transitional thing today. It was a more transitional thing than anything, but a lot of fun. Very thankful. Thank you so much. Love it. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to a video. Welcome to another show. You can tell we're smiling, we're happy, we're having a wonderful day. We just finished working out. It was a beautiful stream. I was talking with one of my friends, Janice, and I just have to say thank you. And I know it can say another video saying thank you to Janice. No, he already had his video today. Today was a beautiful day because we felt like the old Ink. We felt like the Ink pre-depression. We felt like the Ink that was at prime Ink, you know. We felt like the guy who was motivated to make content, but also I've been having a lot of ideas lately. So, for example, I think my biggest issue is when I'm not working, I kind of let myself go. Not in the way of I don't give a fuck, but in the way of, well, this happened, it happens. I'm gonna watch TV, it's gonna be fun. I'm still gonna have a great time. Or I'm gonna watch a show and I'm gonna be recapping, and to me that's content. But there's a lot of those days where I focus on that I don't have necessarily creative juice flowing. And ultimately speaking, I mentioned that in another video. I made another video with that, but the fact that I had so many ideas and we've been making content for 4 years nonstop every single day, but I'm still getting ideas is a blessing, you know. That's not always going to be the case. Maybe next year I'm going to spend a couple of weeks without getting a single good idea. Maybe it's going to be taking a decade, and then I'm going to be fucked. But for now, that creativity is so important and so nice. But it has been a while until, like, for example, I was supposed to talk about this yesterday, but the battery died. But yesterday we had 6 ID for videos. And I wrote it down, and I'm gonna be completely honest, and I cannot remember why. I cannot remember when we had 6 IDs per day, which is it. I missed it. See, a lot of people. I guess I'm weird, and I know that you guys. Yeah, it's not a guess. It's definitely weird, but I have this when you make content, it depends on the person, right? It depends on the intelligence. Some people are more intelligent with cars, some people are more intelligent with book, people are more intelligent when it comes to sports, when some people are more intelligent when it comes to romance, people are better salesmen. It's all different intelligence, right? With me, what I like to do, I like a lot, like, okay, let's turn on the camera and let's just talk. And I think I was talking about Nico Carlo Vocalo yesterday, and I think I relate to that a lot. Like, let's just turn on the camera. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but we're going to talk about something. And of course, there's, like I was talking about Genesis before. Genesis is very good when it comes to behind the scenes. He's very good when it comes to the analytics. Very good when it comes to like, okay, well, you should have done this like that. And it's not like, okay, well, your video wasn't good. It's like, hey, this is a good idea. So he is very good at, you know what? I'm gonna say closing thing. So closing thing is very good. Like manager is super good. But one of the things that I almost like as much as making content is thinking about content, is having those ideas and putting them on the paper. I love that because like, holy shit, that could be cool, and you're thinking already about the video, and it's kind of like an orgasmic experience where you're putting it's like, for example, and I know I'm gonna sound like a guy who is fucking vain. That's not the case, I hope. But it's like a guy who's working on a paper, right? And he was trying to find something. He's trying to find something, and he has the you guys call it us in French we call it la page blanche. You guys in English call it the writer's block. So it's basically when you're writing a book and you don't know what to write. So it's like that. It's imagine having your writer block and it comes back to you and like, holy shit, that's orgasmic, you know. So the creative juice flowing is back, and I don't know how much of it I'm gonna be able to squeeze out of the lemon or the fruits in question. But it is nice because, you know, it's I'm not taking it for granted the fact that I'm gonna have IT for the rest of my life. So again, when I can get them, I can get them. But the question I'm asking myself is, because when something good happens to you, I think a very natural way of living your life, a very natural way of thinking about things, a very natural way of going about life, right? Going through day to day, I think is, okay, well, this good thing happened in my life. How can I reproduce it? How can I have the same thing happen to me? Yesterday, for the whole week I was passing through the street, there's a red light. Yesterday I left a little bit later, and I got a green light. So now I get to leave later, and I get to get a green light, right? So every single time that you're gonna be, fuck the red light, I'm gonna take the green light, right? Until something happened and the light broke, and you have to stop, and then you're late, and like, fuck, you know? But until you get that late, every single experience that you're gonna have is a repeated positive experience of the last one. So you had something, a good event in your life, and you repeat it and you repeat it and you repeat it, and then you test your luck, and then your luck lose out, and you're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do, right? And you're since me having inspiration or creative juices, is, I do like the word creative juice because it feels more people. It feels more like something I would say rather than inspiration, because inspiration is vague as fuck, you know. But I want to recreate it, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm talking to you guys more. So I think part of it is because I'm talking to you guys more. Now you're gonna say, why is you talking to us something that brings you creativity? Because me talking to you guys equal me being more social. Me being more social makes me ask myself more questions. Me being, when you're not social, you have that's, you're gonna have something that's gonna be, how can I say that? You're not pressed by other people's opinion, so your opinion is the omnipresent opinion. So my whole life I thought the sky was blue, but somebody said, no, look, it's orange, and like, holy shit, I missed out, you know. So another thing, so talking to you guys, it makes me think about other things. For example, Jen is talking about Pokemon today. I was thinking about Pokemon. I wasn't thinking about it at all. But then I talk about it, I'm like, hey, that was fun, you know. But it wasn't the case. Talking about with the Michael and Andrew, talking about hockey, it was also fun, you know. And it's just a figure of speech, of course, but it gets the creative juices flowing because you're having an open discussion. It's not like a monologue. I would compare it to reading a book, You're in class, you're reading a book versus your teacher's talking about it, right? I would compare it to that. Also the fact that I'm more motivated. That I can come in every single day, and I was complaining about. I was complaining about. I was complaining about having to do a routine a couple minutes ago, but then knowing that I can come in and you guys are down for that, and it's the content that I know you guys are gonna like, because there's always this question. I think for a long period of my time, I was doing content for myself, and now it's more so a question of let's make content for other people. Let's make content that other people can enjoy, right? If we're successful, we're successful. If we're not successful, it's not a big deal. And that's more the mentality that's going on right now in my mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So creative juice are flowing. The fruit juice bar is flowing. Grab a cup. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, so now creative juice flowing. Holy shit. Personally, think top 3 narrative game. Okay, cool. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to part 1 of our part 2 series of favorite game. So recently I did a mukbang of my favorite game and which one I like the most. Now we're gonna do the top 3 things. In part 1 we're gonna be checking out the part 3 games that I like playing, that I love playing. Why? It's such a simple thing. It's such a simple thing in the sense of I have favorite games, but those favorite games have to have a good narrative, and they have to be fun. And then I was thinking, what about which game that I prefer playing, which game that I like playing, which game that I like reading. So in the first part we're gonna go for playing, because of course we're gamers and playing is more so about having fun. Guys, you are missing out on a beautiful sunset. It is gorgeous. Don't worry, we're filming it, so you're still gonna get it. I'm gonna put it like that. Actually, yeah. So, in the first part, let's fucking go. So, I think gameplay wise, I think I'm gonna go with a game like, it's hard. I was planning to do this video, but I didn't plan on what I was gonna say. So, I think I'm a fan of RPG, so let's start with RPG. I think a simple game like Pokemon Go or Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Silver, the old school Pokemon, because at the same time, Pokemon is an RPG. At the same time, there's type advantage. There's some strategy involved. Yes, the game is not that hard, but there's challenges. Some Nuzlocke, some maximum level 30, some maximum level 10, right? I saw a guy beat the Elite Four with a Caterpie. I was like, holy shit, this guy's a genius, right? So those games are going to be super fun, and it's always a replayability. So you have a team of 6, and for example in Pokemon Silver you have 250 Pokemon. So you do the 250 Pokemon divided by 6. That's how much? That's 6.5 is 300, 6.3 is 180. So yeah, so let's say 3.50. So you have a 35 possibility of different Pokemon team in a game, which is fucking phenomenal. Does that make sense? No, that this makes sense. Holy shit, wow. I don't know how I got there, but I got there. So the fact that you can play as all of those Pokemon, but the fact that again, such a big game. So the nicest thing about Pokemon in my mind is you can really go in depth and talk to every single character, do some side quests, or you can just run through the game and do a speed run. And both of the cases are super fun. And they're both super fun, and that's something that I really enjoyed. And my number 2, I'm gonna do 4 instead of 2 because 2 does feel. You know what? We're gonna do 5. Fuck it. Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with the tower. I'm gonna include in there two different mobile game, because I don't know if you prefer PlayStation. I don't know if you prefer Xbox. I know that you prefer gaming on your mobile, right? It's a beautiful weather. It is a beautiful weather. So I'm gonna go with the tower. The reason for the tower is you guys hear me talk about it. It is the game that I play the most. But yesterday there was something that we're gonna talk about in this video, so that's gonna be interesting to see. With the tower, what I love about the tower is, yes, it's super idle. Yes, it's sometimes is very boring. Yes, it's sometimes the same thing over and over again. However, the tower is one of my favorite games because playing is you're just watching a movie. I've been playing a lot of mobile game. For example, I'm thinking about Solo Leveling Arise. I've been playing a game where where's the auto? There's another one that did auto. There's this one. Yeah. So Solo Leveling Arise is a game that is a action game, but you can do auto, so you can just run through dungeon and just watch a character do the whole thing. And to me, this is beautiful. Not because I don't want a game, but because you're watching a movie and you're preparing your guy. So it's like a game like, for example, Arknight, for example, Elysium, right? So you're this commander, you're equipping your people, and you're just watching the whole thing go. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a fun thing to see. It's a fun thing to watch. So a game like The Tower, and it's just like, this is a game that's going to be in the background. You'll be looking at it and like, wow, there's a lot of pretty colors, a lot of things going on. It's also the fact that you can get really into it with the stats. You can get really into it with the upgrade. You can get really into it with the, what should we call it? Like really into it with everything that is strategic, right? Or you just let the game go, and like we're doing right now, we were taking a break from The Tower because we played a lot lately. So we're just going some low upkeep. We're just watching the game, and the beautiful thing about The Tower is you're gonna be watching it from afar, and you're gonna be realizing that, oh, I haven't checked my playthrough in an hour. Then you're gonna look at it, and you're still good, and you're seeing all of the effort, all of the hours, all of the cash and coin that you put in. And that's why your tower is still standing. It's a beautiful thing. The turn number 3, we're gonna go with a game that's completely different. We're gonna go with Borderland 2 to be precise. You know what? We're gonna go with Borderland 3. If it was narratively speaking, I would have said Borderland 2. However, Borderland, the whole series, in actuality, the fact that I used that game when I was getting bullied hardcore, the fact that this game was a game that I lost. So what happened with this game was I went to my friend's house, we were playing this game, I had a lot of fun, but I forgot to ask him, what is the game that we're playing? So then what ended up happening is, I didn't think about it, and I bought it, out of the blue. I was looking for a cheap game, and I bought the SM Collection, which is 2 games, and 4 DLC at least each, more than that, I don't know, but it was $29 that I remember, right? So that was super fun, and it's just fun because you're going in and shooting everybody. It's not like, okay, well, I need to strategize. It's just like, okay, well, I have these guys and I need to get through the thing. I need to get through them, so we're just gonna do it. And with Borderland, I think it's like The Tower. It's like, okay, well, I'm strong enough to not have to worry about anything. What do I need to do strategy? Do I need to cover myself? Do I need to get a better shield? Do I need to get a certain weapon element? It's just fun. And story-wise also, because it's funny, but it's more so about the gameplay than anything else. Now we're going to continue. On number 3, I'm going to have to go with Okay, I was going to go Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy is more for the story. I'm going to go with Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 was just such a beautiful game. Now, narratively speaking, the Kingdom Hearts series is great, but it's a bit too complex. It's a bit too convoluted. There's a lot of things that are thrown at you, and you're like, okay, yeah, I don't know what to do, right? So that's one of my favorite games. But the reason why the second one is one of my favorite is actually super simple. The second one is my favorite because it just feels more fluid. I was playing a lot of RPG, and I was introduced by my babysitter. I was young as fuck, and she introduced me to the Kingdom Hearts, and it was an RPG that was fun to play, but also felt like an action game. And I remember playing Kingdom Hearts on the PS2 and saying, wow, this is so much fun. Now, the second one, they had the quick action, which rendered the thing fluid. The second game is longer, the story is good, but there's also a lot of optional bosses that are really fun. There's a critical mode, which is super hard. There's a final boss, there's a secret final boss, which is Sephiroth, which is also super cool. It's just a great game to play overall. Number 4, we're gonna go with a game called Final Tactics. Now, there is a special thing about this one. This one, it's not my favorite to play, but it ends up being in my top list to play. Now, there's a couple of reasons as to why. The very first reason is that when we went to the apartment, I had a shitty phone. I was broke, right? You know the story, you heard it 1,000 times. We were working very small shift, okay? So those very small shifts, I would go to the Walmart because I had to go to Walmart, and every single shift I would buy a game. I would buy a movie. Now, I know what you're saying. Ink, you didn't have a lot of cash, you were broke, so why did you buy a movie? For me, movie were a great thing because there was a bin at $5. Now, I would watch the movie once in French, once in English. I would watch the movie with the commentaries, and I watch a movie in English. So that was 4 times the movie, around 4 times an hour and a half, and that cost me $5. So it was great. However, I need to game. So my first thing was emulator, right? And emulator were great, and I love emulator. The problem that I had was I bought a really good phone, which was the Sony Xperia 5, and it was really good. It could run PSP game. Now the one we had after that couldn't run. So I was back at games that I played for years, which was Game Boy Color, which was Game Boy Advance. And Nintendo 64 doesn't render correctly. And although I love those games, I was playing those emulators for multiple years, but it wasn't only multiple years. You run the game, for example, Pokemon. I would run the game at 8 times the speed. So a 72 hours playthrough would take me 1 day. And it's just that you spend so much time. So I was looking for a mobile game. Now, I didn't have Wi-Fi, so my choice were really, really reduced. I always had this problem with mobile game because the problem with mobile game was they all felt like it was to kill time. They all felt like you're not really supposed to play this game. You're supposed to be bored and want to play this game. Like, ugh, I'm doing nothing, right? And so emulator were a best because I'm like, what the fuck what am I going to play mobile game, but not play that? And I thought about this game a lot, but Final Fantasy Z came in, and it was just a fun thing. Final Fantasy Z was my first rogue game. Final Fantasy is one of the most boring game in the universe. And it's actually super controversial. We're gonna do a complete video about that after, so please wait until that. But it's just boring because you're tapping the screen, you're opening up chests, you're getting some diamond, you're buying skin for your hero to get stronger, then you're all the way there, and when you're stopping, you have to rebirth. So by rebirthing, you'll go back to level 0, but you'll get some treasure, right? And basically the game. However, it was fun because I could watch a movie. It was fun because there was no narrative. I would use my phone, and the top a quarter of the screen was a movie or a video that I got on YouTube, and the 3/4 left were the game, and you would just tap and you didn't have to watch the screen. So when I talk about the tower is evolution of that. I think about this a lot. Now when you look at it, it's a perfect game because of everything that they added. They added the weapon skin, who gives you a better stats. They added a party, more allies, which was fun. They added arena, which now I'm gonna get into why can I get into the video. I know it's like I'm promoting this video, but you don't have to watch it. It's a boring game, so don't watch it. Okay, cool. But it was also the fact that they added so much. For example, you could get some part for the princess, and upgrading the princess will get you stronger. You could also get allies. It was more so the fact that, so for example, you got really strong. What I like about the tower, which is a game that I talk about a lot, my favorite game, is I go to sleep. Do the whole day I'll do a playthrough, which is about 6 hours and a half, 6 hours 50, right? And at night I'll go sleep, right? Thank God. And when I go sleep, what will end up happening is I'm gonna restart a playthrough. So when I'm there, I know, okay, well, I slept for this long, I know exactly where I am, right? So that's actually a really cool thing. But Final Fantasy was the same thing. In Final Fantasy, you had a way, and it was the first time that I used strategy in a game. I was like, okay, well, if I upgrade this guy, I'm gonna take more hits, and if I upgrade my allies, I'm gonna be able to get everything that I need. And that was it. That was a really cool thing. Now we still have one game left. And gameplay wise, number 5. What is number 5? I think I'm gonna have to put Walking Dead Telltale. Yeah. No, sorry. I'm gonna go with Dead Cell, because Dead Cell is just very fast paced. I fell in love with game for their narrative, but as I get older, I start not caring as much as the story. And Dead Cell was a game that was perfect. So I fell in love with 80s, which was a roguelike. I wanted to get more roguelites. So I'm gonna go with, and it's crazy because it's so fucking crazy because you can go in, start a game, it'll take you a couple minutes to load, you'll play a game of 20 minutes, and you're done. And that was a good, fun time. So this is my top 5 game. Still sell, not a lot to say. If you know the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know the game, then you should just try. I could tell you the system, but it's just a game that you go in, you have fun, you leave. And that was gaming is all about. This is my video of my top 5 videos for gameplay. See you for part 2. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Guys, doing well, so having a wonderful day on this 27th March 2025. Today we're doing part 2 of our series of the top 5 game narratively speaking. So once again, we're gonna take the top 5 narrative game that I prefer, and we're gonna do a list of 5. It'll be super simple. These are story based, so they're proper to my understanding. Again, this top 5 suffer from me being at my age. If we did that list 2 years ago, it would have been different, but now it's different. So the first game, my top game, will be Elden Ring. So Elden Ring, and I know people are gonna be like, there's next to no narrative. There's a lot of narrative, there's a lot of lore, but the best thing about Elden Ring, it's a game where you constantly question, am I doing the right thing, right? I've played this game 4 times for a total of over 700 videos. And I still don't know if burning the Erdtree is the solution. I still don't know that. See, Elden Ring is a beautiful thing. You're going to see, you're basically a dude, right, that's going into a land, and you're told to save it, but you can be destroying it. You're basically going to kill demigod to get their runes, so you can repair or fix the Erdtree. Nobody tells you like there's a reason why the Erdtree was broken. When you really learn that the lore, you learn that the Erdtree wasn't there to begin with, so it doesn't need to be there, you know? And it's such a beautiful game because Elden Ring, most of the time, will make you feel like you're the bad guy. And I think there's such a value in there. I think there's such a value in thinking, holy shit, I'm the asshole here, am I? I'm the asshole here, am I not? And to me, that is beautiful. The second game, narratively speaking, I'm going to go with Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV is my favorite Final Fantasy, which is one of my favorite series. The 4 is the best narrative speaking, so I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to tell you why I love it. So it's a story of a dude called Cecil, and he's an orphan, and he gets raised by this king. So the king needs somebody to help him do the thing that he has to do. So Cecil's like, okay, well, I'll sacrifice myself for you. I'll become a Dark Knight, which is a knight who basically sacrifices his own life or life force to help the king. Now the king sent him to do some things that are really not kosher. They're like, okay, well, you have to go kill this guy. And it's like, I don't want to kill this guy. You have to. And then Cecil, the whole journey of Cecil is just a dude that did some horrible thing that ends up being the king, being the good guy or the chosen good guy. And he has to live his life knowing that he was an asshole, but he is the chosen hero. Now, also, the best thing about Final Fantasy IV is the main villain, which is Golbez. Golbez wants to rule the world and wants his race to rule the world. So Golbez's father was another race, right? He's a true bad guy. But then you learn that Cecil is also the brother of Golbez. So then he's like, I don't care about all of those fucking peasants, those fucking farm animals, but I care about my race. And then you realize that, no, you're my race, you're one of us. So he doesn't know what to do. So it's just a really, 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 really good narratively speaking game. I'm gonna go with the number 3. Number 5 of the narrative were really good. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Paper Mario. Paper Mario as a single game on the N64. Just because it's funny, the story is good, the characters they're super chill. It's just a fun overall game. It's just a fun overall game. It's pleasant. The story is good. It's a beautiful game. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Fire Emblem Three Houses. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to put Overlord Unicorn or Fire Emblem Three Houses, but I think just for the fact that you're supporting 3 different houses, you want your house to win. There's some bad guys, there's some good guys, and those good or bad guys are your friends or your classmates. So you have to choose. Okay, well, am I supporting them or am I supporting justice? So I think it was a super good system. The story is really fun. The game is even funner. So all in all, it's a really wonderful game. Number five, we're gonna go with a game that I know people will get mad at me, but I'm gonna go with Dead Days Gone for my narratively speaking. So Days Gone, the beauty of Days Gone is once again it's like Cecile. So there's this guy called Deacon St. John, and Deacon St. John doesn't care about shit. He doesn't care about anything in the world. He only cares about him, his best friend, and surviving. Everywhere he goes, he's not like everywhere he goes like oh fucking this guy again. We do not like him, and the Deacon St. John, the story of Days Gone, you can think it's about curing people, you can think about surviving the zombie, but it's about the understanding that his way was wrong and he has a right to live in society and he has people he cares for and there's things that worth fighting for. So the whole game you're surviving, but then you realize that no, I'm not surviving, I'm protecting other people. So it's just this anti-hero voyage to become a hero itself. And it's a great fucking game. So that's pretty much it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. We have one more video to do. I delete you guys. And I'm gonna hope that you're all good. Wait, give me a sec, guys. I think we fucked up. You will not do. You done that more self. Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. See through the lies of the Jedi. So sorry, guys. I thought I made a mistake, but we didn't. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the video show. Is doing well on this? Oh, I have to show you. This is beautiful. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. This is beautiful. Wow, you kidding me? I forgot to take the weights. Shit. Forgot to take the weights. Okay, no problem. So today we're doing a video. I know I seem confused, but once again, we're doing so much at the same time that I don't know how you wouldn't be confused. They were talking about a game that is so meaningful to me, that has such an importance to me. So we're gonna go with a simple freaking game, and that simple freaking game is Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy is a game that came in, and I fucking fell in love with that game. So I'm talking about a reason, a little bit because, but I'm gonna make a full video here. I came in, I was broke. My parents were really, really hard worker, but they were also slaves to their work. And I was like, no, not this guy. I will not be a slave to my work. Fuck you. So what ended up happening was I was dead broke once again, and I knew about emulators. I was like, well, I don't really need cash. I can play emulators, and I'm listening to radio, which is basically free. Right? I didn't even need cable. I was listening to radio. Right? How cool is that? So then I got tired of doing nothing. I found a good job. In a good job, I bought a good phone to play emulator. I unlocked the ability to play PSP game, and that was crazy. I was like, this is the best I can get. And then the phone broke. I'm like, okay, well, I'm back with my old phone. I cannot play PSP. And I was back at playing Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color game. The problem with those was, we played 5-6 years of only emulator. It was always at 2 times the speed, 4 times the speed, 8 times the speed. So we played, in reality, we played 24 years in real time, of emulators, of Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. So I was tired of it. So I was looking for a mobile game. So of course we had the gimmicks of Farmville, of the tribe thing. I don't remember the name, Smurf Village. There was not really a good mobile game. I know what you're gonna say. There was plenty of good mobile game. Yes and no. So the reason that's why we're saying yes and no is because I didn't have Wi-Fi. So I had to have a mobile game. I had to have a offline mobile game, and um, it was just phenomenal because what ended up happening was, how confused am I? Can I get a hell yeah to how confused am I? Yes, we're confused as fuck. I just had a good idea though, so that's great. That's why I'm thinking I had a great idea. What ended up happening was I found this game, which was Final Fantasy. I don't know how I found it, but it was a game that I fell in love with. Why? Because it was offline. Why? Because I didn't have narrative. Why? Because I can just tap. So Final Fantasy was this game that I swear to God was this blessing of a game. So right now you can see that we're playing 3 times the same game on this phone, and on this phone, right? It's called the Tower. The Tower is a semi AFK game, and believe me or not, but Final Fantasy was, I am so sorry. I pressed a button and I don't know why I did that. We're back with part two of. No, so sorry. I'm tired, guys. Give me a chance. We're back with a part two of our Final Fantasy game talk. It was my very first AFK game. See, I shouldn't be doing videos when I'm tired, but it's my last video of the day. For reals, it's my last video of the day, so I do not care. I care about you guys, but I don't care about how much sense I make right now. So Final Fantasy was the first AFK game in the sense that there was no narrative. These 3 games that I'm playing, the game that I'm playing 3 times with different accounts, is a game where you're just having fun. It's just a roguelite. My first roguelite was Final Fantasy. You had to tap, you had to get diamonds. You got diamond, you got skin, you got stronger. But it was a game where I could watch TV, I could read manga playing this. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It was my first time where I was gaming and multitasking. So usually when I game, I would watch a movie on the tablet, but I couldn't watch a movie and doing that. When I started streaming, after that, way after, we started doing 2 things at once. That was good, but it was my first very AFK. And for the first time, I was like, you know what? I don't need the whole screen. So I'm gonna take a quarter of the screen. I'm gonna put a movie. I'm gonna the 3/4 of the screen. I'm gonna put the game, and it was just beautiful. It was just phenomenal. It was just something that was so cool to see because once again, I was bored. Final Fantasy, I would play that game 6-7 hours a day. I know it's hard to believe, but it's the truth. I would watch movies, I would read manga, I would play that game, I would listen to radio. And the attraction of Final Fantasy was the rogue aspect of it. So there was always a game that was evolving, and you could press. So basically, Final Fantasy is what? You're these 3 characters, which is a healer, a archer, and a warrior. Warrior is health, archer is attack, priest is healer, right? Is healing. So basically, what you have to do is you have to go save the queen, which is something we saw once, we saw twice, we saw 2 times. Guys, I have to show you. It's beautiful. Right? It is gorgeous. So yeah. So I'm so sorry. My last of the day. I'm tired. Okay, let's finish here. No, don't give up. Okay, let's not give up. So you just had to power them up. You had allies, which you didn't need to tap. So the whole thing that you had to do was to get your guy stronger, to get more health, so you can receive more hits. And when you receive more hits, your archer, if you're not tapping, is useless. He's useless. But if you're not tapping, so if you're AFK, you need to tap, right? That's not AFK. So what I start doing, I start cheating. I start having this playthrough where my warrior, my health was really high. My health regen was really, 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 really high. And it didn't matter how little I tapped because my allies were doing all the work. Final Fantasy was one of the first games. It was such a memorable game because Final Fantasy was the first game that I spent money on. Microtransaction. Yes, I know. I'm that kind of loser. So that's also historic. But more than that, it was my first game where the EOS was clearly a thing that was present. So the EOS is end of service. The reason why I was saying that is because they knew they were getting end of service. They knew that was gonna happen because they use characters like Troll. They use characters like Harry Potter, and you couldn't do that because that was copyright. That was a copyright infringement. That was intellectual property that you didn't own, and they didn't care. And the game lasted 3 years, and then it disappeared. I had a game on my tablet that I could play, and it was phenomenal. And then my tablet stopped working because again it got so old, and I couldn't play that game. So yesterday, and this is the reason as to why we're talking about this video. Then we're gonna do the reason as to why this is such a perfect game. The reason as to why we're doing this video is because when you see me making content, when you see me live on TikTok, when you see me editing, when you see me doing anything at all, I'm often, more than not, I am on my phone planning to do shit. I am on my phone trying my best in any way possible, any shape or way possible, to do as much as I can. So basically, I'll be filming a video, I'll be uploading a videos, and I'll be filming a gaming content, right? So I was playing this game called Tokyo Ghoul, which was very idle, and there was no limit to it. But now they have a limit to it. There's a level maximum that we reach, and we're just not strong enough to continue the game, so it becomes more of a paywall. And I'm like, fuck, because I wanted to play this game. So now I want to make content but play the game. But after Tap to Z, I came back to me. Yesterday, so it's a funny story. I was watching, I always watch, okay, so I'll show you. Oh, I cannot show you, shit. Because I'm recording. So basically, you have your news, when you go on your phone, your Android, you go to the left and you'll have news that are proper to you, right? So I had a bookmark, and then I called my father because it was a special moon, and I said, Dad, you have to check that moon out. And he's like, I don't give a fuck, it's a moon. Then I was like, please check it out. And then he said, send me the link. And I couldn't find the link, and one of the links that I had in my bookmark saved up was the bookmark for Nanu for Final Fantasy. So I talked about it, and I was looking for games, and I was playing a game. I was playing Nikke that I gave up on. I was playing King Shot that I gave up on. It was just a boring game. And I was just like, yo, guess what? How fun would it be if it was still something? So I tapped Final Fantasy and I found it. Now, this is why we're excited, because it's a game we can play. This is a game we can definitely play. And I am so fucking stoked about it. So lastly, because there is a lastly to this, lastly, what we're gonna talk about is, why is the game perfect? Well, first of all, you have 3 heroes. They all have about 10 skin each. You have 20 allies. They all have skin each. So you can constantly customize your characters. Also, the rogue element. Okay, well, I'm too weak. Let's restart and I have better stats. That will help me out tremendously. And that is also something that you have to think about, right? Lastly, but not the least, it was just fun. They introduced this Demon King. And then you realize the Demon King was kind of like a nice guy, and he was caring for the princess, kind of like a Oolong from Dragon Ball Z in episode 1. And you had this mode where the Demon King was getting stronger, and you can rescue princess, so they would help him. And by helping him, you would get item for the heroes. That was just great. It was just such a complete. You had some diamond to buy skin, you had some stone to craft weapon, and you even have awakening stone to get your character to be the strongest. So you needed 10 level of awakening stone. Every single level will make you stronger, and you need to do 3 times for the warrior, the priest, and the archer. So great content. And lastly but not the least, it was just a fun game. It was just a fun game to play. And that is why I am stoked about Final Fantasy. I am thankful for Final Fantasy, and I am thankful for you guys for watching. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, so now we're busy.